Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. Ya Rabbi lakal hamdu kama yambawi li jalali wajhika wa azimi sultanik. Allahumma rabbana lakal hamdu bima khalaqtana wa razaqtana wa hadaytana wa farrajta anna. Allahumma lakal hamdu bil Islam wa lakal hamdu bil Iman. ولك الحمد بالقرآن أما بعد فأعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقه قولي ربنا زدنا علما اللهم فقهنا في الدين اللهم إنا نسألك علما نافعا وعملا متقبلا ورزقا طيبا اللهم ثبتنا عند الموت بلا إله إلا الله ربي يسر ولا تؤسر وتمم بالخير اللهم اجعل عملنا كله صالحا واجعله لوجهك خالصا ولا تجعل لأحد فيه شيئا Ameen Ya Rabbal Alameen. Today's topic is Affaal shuru, and inshallah very interesting topic, but very easy, simple. So inshallah, let's start. So basically there is one topic we're gonna find in a grammar book called Af'al Muqaraba. Af'al Muqaraba. So what are Af'al Muqaraba? Some Af'al are used to show possibility, expectation, or indication of beginning of the action. And these Af'al Muqaraba can be divided into 3 groups. And we will see them in a bit. So these Af'al enter in Jumla Ismiya, meaning when we are going to label them, they are Af'al. But when we are going to label them, we are going to look at them as a Jumla Ismiya. So Jumla Ismiya, and then they have an Ism and a Khabar. And their Khabar is always Fail Mudari. So we have something like that, Kana and its sisters, right? So Kana is Fail, but when it comes to Irab, when we are labeling it, so we know that there is going to be Ism of Kana and Khabar of Kana, right? The same idea over here. Now, Af'al Muqaraba can be divided into 3 groups, right? The first one is Kada and its sisters. Kada wa akhawatuha. So Kada, Aushaka, and Karuba. So these 3 we need to remember. So these are Kada wa akhawatuha, and they are used with an or sometimes without an. So then what gonna happen? These Af'al gonna be like Kada, gonna be there. And after that, we might have the Ism of Kada. It might be inside or outside. And then we are going to have Fail Mudariya. And before this Fail Mudariya, sometimes we're gonna have an and sometimes no an. And then this Fail Mudariya is basically gonna be the Khabar of Kada or Aushaka or Karuba. So this is the case over here. So they make Khabar Mansoob like Kana and sisters, right? So we need to remember what are Kana and its sisters? Anyone knows? Memorize them? No idea, right? We have forgotten. I put over here. So Kana wa akhawatuha, what are they? Kana, Laysa, right? And then I remember like a timing. So Asbaha, Aduha, Amsa, Bata, right? So we can take all these timings. Asbaha, like it's look like Subo, Adha, like this is the time period, afternoon, right? Bata, at night. So and Amsa is evening. So Laysa, Kana, Laysa, and then we can remember Asbaha, Adha, Amsa, Bata, right? And then we can take Lulla, and then we can take Zalla and Sara together, and then we can take all this with Ma. Ma Dama, Ma Bariha, Ma Infakka, Ma Fatiya, and Ma Zala. So we need to figure it out a way how to memorize these sisters of Kana. And we know what happened when Kana comes. And this sentence over here is supposed to be Ahmadu Mudarrisan. How are we going to translate? Ahmadu Mudarrisun.
Ahmad is a teacher.
Ahmad is a teacher, right? But when I bring Kana in the picture, what's going to happen? So Kana, Ahmadu, and now we cannot say Mudarrisun anymore.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Nasab now.
Yeah.
Nasab, yeah.
So and how we are going to label it?
Ahmad was a teacher.
Yes, and how we are going to label it?
Isam.
Yeah, where is the isam of Kana?
Ahmad.
Ahmadu.
Ahmad.
Yes, and Mudarrisan is the khabar of Kana.
Khabar of
Khabar of
Kana.
Kana.
Right, so this is how Kana and all its sister works. And same gonna be idea with these Affaal Muqaraba, but instead of having any other khabar, they are going to have fi'l mudari as a khabar, and sometimes with an and sometimes without an. This is the whole story about them. So now let's see. Okay, its khabar comes with fi'l mudari, sometimes with an and sometimes without it. And I was trying to explain this explanation. Sorry, Allahu Ghafurur Rahim. This is the sentence. How are we going to translate?
Allah is Ghafur.
Allah is Ghafoor and Rahim.
Yes, right. And now we bring Kana in the picture. What's going to happen? Kana Allahu Ghafurur Rahim.
Rahiman.
Yeah.
Right? And if we put Inna over here, what's going to happen then?
Inna Allaha
Inna Allah Ghafoor Rahim.
Allah Rahim.
Ism will become
Yeah.
Nasmal soon.
Yes, Inna Allaha, and then khabar would
Ghafur.
Ghafurur Rahim, right?
Rahim.
Yeah. So we need to keep that difference in our heads. So now let this qada or Affaal Muqaraba refers to khabar that is about to occur. Okay, so look at the example. Yakadul barqu yakhtafu absarahum. Right? So what is the translation? Yakadu mean is about to, and barqu is what?
Lightning.
Lightning.
Yeah.
Lightning.
Yes, and what is the status of barqu?
Rafa.
Rafa. So
Rafa.
that, what does that tells us?
The outside door, right?
Yeah,
Outside.
Yeah.
Yes.
outside door. And now this outside door, when we have Kada and its sisters, we're gonna call it Isam of Kada now.
Isam Kada, okay.
File.
Yeah. So this Barqu is the Isam of Kada. And what is the Yaqtafu Absarahum?
Yakhtafu
Khabar.
is snatched Apsarahum their vision.
So Absarahum is
sight.
gonna be Khabar
Khabar,
Kana.
yes.
Khabar Kana.
Yakhtafu is Mudare.
Yes, it is Mudari, but what role it is playing?
It is
That
fail.
is,
Yeah, it is fail, but this is not the label. Label means what role it is playing. Yes, it is fail. So Yakhtafu, I just said that what gonna happen? The
It's
khabar of Qada and its sister is going to be what? Fail Mudariya.
Oh, yes,
Sometimes,
yeah.
Khabar.
Yeah.
yes, sometimes with done and sometimes without it.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
said
Oh,
But
okay.
here, this is the example. No an is used. Yakadul barku yaqtafu absarahum. So the lightning was about to
Mm-hmm.
snatch their
Oh,
sight.
yes.
Right? So
Yes,
this
ma'am.
is how we're gonna translate it.
Mm.
So yaqtafu absarahum. This barku is basically the ism of kada, right? And yaqtafu is the khabar of kada. And khabar of kada, they said that it's gonna work like kana and sister, so that should be mansoob.
Mansoob.
Mansoob, yeah.
Okay, so we're gonna say fi mahalli nasab. Why fi mahalli nasab? Khabar kada.
Okay.
Fi mahalli nasab khabar kada. Then second example, takadu tamayyazu min al-ghayz. Right? It is talking about hellfire. Takadu, what is the siga?
That's Mudari.
Yeah, Mudaria is not a siga. Yeah, Mudaria is siga, but within Mudaria, what is the siga?
It's here, right? Here.
Yeah,
It's here. Here.
yeah, it is here. It could be here or what? Ta beginning could be here.
Ta is
Anta and here.
Anta.
Anta and here, two options, right?
Yeah.
Yes. So, but over here, we know the
Here.
background that it's talking about hellfire. And Jahannam is feminine, considered feminine. So that's why takadu. And then tamayyazu. What is the siga tamayyazu?
I think Siga would be the same.
Mayyaza, yumayyizu,
That's
right?
Mudari again.
Again Mudariya, yes.
Mudari. Yeah.
Sorry.
Back to back. So whenever you're gonna see back to back two fail together, then you should think, okay, this is basically something else going on. And what is that? If we see any of these afal, then we know that this is the basically khabar of kada.
Oh, okay.
So we are going to have these afal muqaraba, right? And right after, sometimes they are going to be interrupted with the outside doer.
Okay.
So after the outside doer, you're gonna find another fail, like whole sentence, and that is basically going to be the khabar of it. So now tamayyazu min al-ghayz is the khabar of kada, and tamayyazu, this kada is here, and tamayyazu is also here version.
Okay, got it.
Right?
Yes, ma'am.
Takadu.
في محل النصب خبر كان.
Yeah,
right?
exactly. Khabar kada, yeah. And what is the translation? Jahannam was about to burst out.
Trap them.
Burst out of
Burst out
anger.
of anger.
Okay, now this min is coming with the tamayyazu, with the fail. Otherwise, it should be what?
Min would be mutalik bil khabar, but here it's coming with fail.
Yeah, but if I just eliminate this min, what should be the next word now?
غيظي.
Ghayzi.
No.
بالغيظ.
Ghayzan. If there is no al,
yes. Yeah,
if
got
there
it.
is
Okay.
no al, ghayzan, otherwise al ghayza.
Gaiza.
Yeah, it's because of the khabar should be mansoob.
Right? So this is how it should be. But min is coming, and that's why it is ghayzi.
Oh, okay.
So takadu tamayyazu minal ghayzi. Then in the next example, فَذَبَحُوهَا وَمَا كَادُوا يَفْعَلُونَ. فَذَبَحُوا, what is that? What is the siga?
That's Madi.
This mazi.
Madi.
Madi.
Yeah, this is
Zabaha,
not.
zabahu. And the pronoun is whom.
Very good. So we are supposed to say the whole thing.
Yeah. Fa is
Oh.
ataf.
Felun, fa is ataf, right? And then felun, madin, failuhu,
Madin,
hum.
hum and ha
Failuhu.
is maf'ulun bihi.
Yes, very
slaughtered.
good. Ha is mafulun bihi, right? Fazabahuhu. So they slaughtered it.
Slaughtered
And
it.
what is this
Yeah.
ha referring to?
The cow.
Bakara.
The cow, bakara.
Mm.
And finally, this fa is basically referring finally, because we know the whole story.
Yeah.
They were
yeah.
keep asking question. And then finally they did it. Right? So this fa is basically gonna translate as finally they slaughtered it.
Mm.
Wama kadu yafalun. And now what is this kadu?
Oh my God.
Felun.
Oh,
Felu.
madi.
Qarabayu, we can say.
Basi failuhu whom. Again whom.
Very
The
good.
same fail.
And what kind of ma is that?
Nafia. I mean, that's negation.
Very good. Ma nafiya. Wama
Yes.
kadu. Right? Wama kadu. How are we gonna translate wama kadu?
And
And
they
they
did not
And they were not
They
were
were
not
not about to,
do
or
yaf'alun
willing to,
what
we
it
can
is.
say
willing
in
to
that sense, right? They were not willing to do that.
do. Yeah.
Mm.
Just did
Yeah.
it, right? But actually they were not willing. That's why they were asking that many questions.
Yeah.
Wama kadu yaf'alun. And now kadu, where is the ism of kadu? Kada.
It's inside.
Inside, no?
Inside. So whom?
Home.
Home is gonna be, yeah.
And what is yaf'aluna?
That's gonna be the khabar.
Fail mudare and whom again failuhu whom.
Yeah,
Fima.
khabar
It's
kada.
khabar.
Coming as jumla.
Fi
Fima.
mahalli,
Fi mahalli nasab.
fi mahalli nasab. Okay, so we need to remember this.
Okay.
Okay, these were the all example that the khabar of qada is without an. But we said that sometimes it's gonna take an. So the example I found, not in the Quran Pak, but this is look like some from classic text, right? It says qad al faqru. What does that mean? Qad al faqru. What is faqr?
Is
Is
poverty.
poverty or like shortage of food.
Yeah,
Faka.
poverty. Basically poverty, yeah. So
Poverty,
poverty
yeah.
was about to an yakuna kufran. So an yakuna kufran. Poverty was about to be the
Strike them.
reason of kufr.
Mm.
Poverty was about to be a reason of kufr, because we know in poverty, right, people can do things differently out of hunger. So qad al fakru, now qada is fil muqaraba. What is the ism of qada? Fakru, which is marfu, right? The ism qada is supposed to be marfu. And then an yakuna, an came now, right? And yakuna, why it is yakuna?
Because of an.
Because of an. So now we have masdar muawwal.
Yeah.
Right? So an plus fail mutariya is masdar muawwal. So an yakuna kufran. So the whole thing is what?
Khabar kada.
Khabar kada.
Mahalli nasab.
Masdar muawwal fi mahalli nasab khabar kada.
Masdar muawwal.
So this is the example with the an. Okay, then comes our second category of alur raja. Raja mean hope, right? So one beautiful hadith that the mu'min is like a bird. So bird has two wings, right? So we one wing refer to fear of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and the other one refers to hope in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Right? So we do not just have only fear of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and not the hope, or we should not have only hope. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is Ghafurur Rahim, right? So I can do whatever. So this is wrong attitude. So Khawf and Raja, both should be there. So Afal Raja, so that is basically show hope. What kind of hope? So Asa shows hope for the occurrence of Khabar. So there is going to be a hope in there, in the Khabar. And its Khabar contains an. For example, Asa Rabbukum an yarhamakum. So Asa, perhaps, hopefully. This is how we are going to translate. Rabbukum. What is Rabbukum doing here?
Your Rab.
Outside door.
Outside door, yes. So your Asa Rabbukum an yarhamakum. So hopefully your Rabb, he will have show mercy on you all. Right? So perhaps your Rabb will show mercy on you. So now Asa Rabbuk, Asa is, we're gonna say Felur Raja. Rabbukum is the ism of Asa, right? And an yarhamakum is the khabar of Raja, the khabar of Asa. And Asa is always gonna come with an. Its khabar gonna come with an. And we will see in Quran Pak a lot, right? This is used a lot.
It's also going to be Khabar Raja fi Mahl Nasab, right?
Yeah. And then Jara and Ikhlaulaqa. I have no idea about that, if they are used in Quran Pak or not. Jara, we know, Jara Yajri is used in Quran Pak, but in that sense or not, I have no idea. So Asa is commonly used in Quran Pak. But Jara, we need to find if there is any, because these Afal can come in two different ways, right? So Jara does not mean that it cannot come unless it is coming as a Raja. Right? Jara look like it is same root letter, Jara Yajri, right? So, and we see that Jara Yajri is used a lot in Quran Pak, but not in as Afalur Raja. Then third category comes Afalu Shuru. That was our topic today. So, yeah. Walaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. So Afalu Shuru, some of them are mentioned over here, is Bada'a. Bada literally means to start something, right? And Shuru mean beginning. So these Afal are going to show that action or basically its khabar is, we can say action is basically going to start. So Bada'a, it begins. Shara'a, same like Shuru, right? To start. Iman Ja'ala. Ja'ala in Quran Pak used a lot. And Ja'ala mean make. Create, right? But in some places we are going to find them as a Afalu Shuru as well. And now this is our homework, our topic to look into Quran Pak, that where Ja'ala is used as a Afalu Shuru. I don't know if it is used or not. I'm not sure about it. But we will see some example from other resources that Ja'ala is used as a Afalu Shuru. But we know the word Tawfiqa only once, I think, in Quran Pak. And Tawfiqa is also indicate the beginning of something. Akhadha. Akhaza used in Quran Pak a lot, but
Mm.
not in the sense of Afaalu shuru,
Mm.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah, not as a Afaalu shuru, but it is used a lot.
Mm.
And then we need to find the example if when it is used as a Afaalu shuru. So they shows that khabar action is about to happen. Okay. Now some example over here. So in Urdu, I put over here, basically this is all what I already explained. So it is going to Afal Muqarba are going to work as Kana wa its sister, right? And they're gonna have an Isam and a Khabar, and their Khabar is going to be Fil Mudariya. Then Kada, Karaba, it's supposed to be Karuba, I believe.
Karuba, yeah.
Yeah, Kada, Karuba, and Aushaka, their news, their khabar shows that something, it is about to occur, basically. Right? Khabar is about to occur. Then we have Asa, which shows that khabar is hopefully it's gonna happen. Right? And then Shara, Tafika, Ja'ala, Khaza, these are that khabar is about to start. Right? And then we see example over here, Kada tiflu yaqumu. The translation would be that the boy was about to stand. Right? So Kada tiflu, so we see that Kada, and then we have outside doer tiflu, which is the ism of Kada, and right after another fail is coming. Right? So that fail mudariya, always going to be fail mudariya, basically. And this fail mudariya is basically the khabar of it, khabar of Kada. Then Asa Zaidun ay yakhruja. Hopefully Zaid will come out. Right?
Yeah.
So Asa Zaidun, Zaidun is the
Ism.
Ism of God.
Isam
Asa.
ism of
Isam
Asa.
Asa.
Very good. And an yakhruja is what?
The
That's the
Khabar of
khabar.
Asa.
Khabar of
Khabar.
Kada fi mahalli ra.
Fi
Nasab.
mahalli nasab.
Nasab.
Very good.
Nasab.
Yeah. Then akhazat tiflu yamshi.
Mm.
Right? So this is interesting. We say akhaza mean took,
Mm.
but over here it is meaning taking the meaning of afalu shuru.
Mm.
Akhazat tiflu yamshi. So the child start walking. Right? So akhazat tiflu is the ism. Akhaza is fail.
Afaalu shuru.
Yeah, fail shuru. Right? And tiflu is the ism of
Ism.
akhaza.
And Yamshi is the khabar.
Yamshi is the khabar.
But sister, how would we know? Like, see, Akaza is also failed Madi, right?
Yeah. So now
Yeah.
you
So,
try to translate as akhaza, taking the meaning of took. So does it make sense? The child took a walk.
okay. So when you translate, you should understand that it's not that.
Yeah,
Okay.
exactly.
Okay.
And two of false back to back, meaning there is something going on.
Yeah. Okay. Got it.
Yeah. So two of all together, then we need to open our eyes. Karuba and Aushaka Quran में इस्तेमाल नहीं हुए, right? So they are saying that Karuba and Aushaka, they are not used in Quran Pak, but Kada is used, right? As a Afal Muqarba. Then Asa and Aushaka की खबर पर अन लाना बेहतर है. They are saying that Asa and Aushaka, there is going to be an after them. Right, on the khabar of basically on their khabar there is going to be an, like their khabar is fail mudariya, and before this fail mudariya there is going to be an with it. But kada and karaba ke baad lana na lana behtar hai. So meaning kada and karaba, they are not going to have an. Okay, sometimes you're gonna find it. We saw the example, right? But mostly like there is not going to be an. But for these Afaalu shuru, इनके बाद वगैरह के बाद an नहीं आता. So there is not going to be an. So I put over there asa, aushaka, an, right? Gonna be there. Kada, karuba, sometimes. And shara'a, tawfiqa, no an. So this is the basically the summary of it. And then it says that kada and aushaka ka mudariya bhi istemal hota hai. Like we know that kada yakadu, yeah, kada yakudu. Now I'm
Yakutu.
Yakadu. Sada, the next sentence says Yakadu.
yeah. Kada yakadu. So what bab it is making?
Nasara.
Nasara,
Yansuru.
Nasuru.
Kada yakadu
Oh,
nasara.
sorry.
Nasara.
Jahada, yujahid. No.
Shahada. Why? Shahada.
اسمه سمية يسمو.
Samya Yasmau.
No, how?
Kada, it's Kada.
اسمه.
No. Kada, but it has an alif, right?
It
Kada,
has
yeah.
fathas. Madi has fathas, all fathas, and Mudaria has
ضرب
all
يضرب.
fathas. So,
ضرب يضرب भी नहीं है.
no.
Fataha, Fataha, it's Fataha.
Yep.
Fataha.
Okay, sorry.
Kada,
فتح
yakadu.
يفتح.
Fataha,
فتح
yaftahu.
Because the
يفتح.
middle root letter
What I
has
was
Fatah
saying,
on it.
yeah.
So this is Ba Fataha.
Hmm.
So Kada, Yakadu, and Aushaka ka Mudaria bhi istemal hota hai, like they have their Mudaria, right? But Asa does not have Mudare. It has only Madi.
Okay.
Oh, shit.
Now Yakadu al-barku yaqtafu absarum ji.
सॉरी मैं स्टार्टिंग मिस कर गई. असा ज़ैदुन अन यखरुजु. यहाँ पर मुदारिया ही है. आप बोल रहे हैं कि असा सिर्फ मादी में आता है. मैं
Asa,
स्टार्टिंग में
no, we are saying that Asa does not have Mudaria. Asa
हाँ,
has
असा का
Madi
नहीं है.
only.
हाँ,
Okay, Madi only.
हाँ.
Asa does not have Mudaria version. But Kada and Aushaka they have. That's what we are saying here.
So Asa is Mabni, right? Basically.
Jamid.
Jamid, sorry.
Mabni is used for ism.
We
We are dealing fail over here. For fail, we use the word jamid. Okay, then we saw all these examples. And then over here, asallahu an yatiyani bihim jami'an. Hopefully, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will bring them all together. Right? So over, yeah. Sorry?
That was Hazrat Yaqub, right? In Surah Yusuf. That Allah will bring all them together. So he was talking about Yusuf alayhi salam and Binyamin.
Oh, yeah. So asallahu over here, the word Allahu is the ism of asa, and then an yatiyani jamian, the whole thing is the khabar of asa, and we see that with asa an is coming, right? So with asa we're gonna find an plus fil mudariya, and this jami'an, whenever we see this jami'an, this is used for tawqid, right? So even though sometimes there is going to be jumla ismiya, and in jumla ismiya we do not need anything with like there is nothing need to be mansoob, because in jumla ismiya we have mubtada which is rafa, we have khabar which is rafa, and then we can have jar majroor, right? But then if you see jami'an over there, so what this nasab thing doing over here, that is called basically tawqid. We know that there are nasibat, right? So what makes something mansoob? So one of them is that this jamian come as a tawqid. Already this him over here mean, or whom over here means all of them, right?
Yeah.
So why we need jamian and over here? He will bring
Emphasis.
yeah, so this is for tawqid.
Got it. Okay.
And
What? How will you translate this?
All of them.
Hopefully Allah will bring them back
All together.
all
To me.
together. Yeah.
उम्मीद है अल्लाह ताला के ले आएगा उन सबको मेरे पास.
No, this is Surat Yusuf.
हम्म.
In
कि वो ले
Surat
आएगा
Yusuf,
मेरे पास.
Yeah,
that Allah
Tiyani,
subhanahu
right?
wa ta'ala will bring your brothers, your family together. One.
नहीं, यूसुफ अलैहिस्सलाम उनके भाई को बोल रहे हैं कि
हाँ,
अल्लाह ताला
Binyamin and
Yeah.
Binyamin and
या नी
Yeah,
मफूल
need
भी नी.
to
Ni
be.
Oh
है ना
yeah,
वो
yeah,
Yes.
yeah, yeah,
Yani.
yeah. So asallahu an ya'tiyani bihi jami'an
all
all
together.
together, right? Even though him has meaning of all together, right? Then jami'an come for more emphasis. Then we have another example, wa tawfiqa yaqfifani alayhima min warakil jannah. Subhanallah. So what this is the story of Hazrat Adam alayhi salam and Hazrat Eve alayhi salam, right? So
Yes.
tawfiqa. So what is the siga?
Madi.
Dual.
Huma.
Yes.
Both
Madi
of
huma.
them. So do
Yeah.
not blame one, right? So
Yes.
both of them.
Madi huma.
Yeah, wa tawfiqa. I'm talking about the story over here. Yes, this is like the part is missing over there. But what tawfiqa, so both of them, referring to Hazrat Adam alayhi salam and Hazrat Eve alayhi salam, tawfiqa yaqsifani. So now back to back two fail. This is fail madi,
Okay.
and
Yeah.
then we have fail mudariya.
Mudare.
Dari.
One over
Yes.
there.
Yeah.
Okay, because this is Affaal shuru. Affaal
Shuru.
shuru not need an.
Yeah.
Right? So tawfiqa is dual and yaqsifani is what?
Yes.
Also dual.
Also
Ani.
dual.
Answer.
Alif, you know. Alif.
Yeah, because we know that mubtada khabar, they are supposed to match.
Yeah.
They have mutabqat, right? So over here, if it is playing the role of khabar for tawfiqa, then it should match in number, and it is matching. So a tawfiqa and tawfiqa, all it is give the meaning of starting, and one more emphasis is one more implication is that it happens suddenly, immediately. Watafika and immediately yaksifani, both of them start sticking or covering alayhima, themselves, right? Themselves min warakil jannah. And this waraka is not paper. What is that?
It's leaves. Leaves of Jannah.
Leaves of Jannah. Subhanallah. So what does that tells us?
This haya is from the
Jannah, there is a
starting.
leaf.
Exactly.
Modesty. Yeah.
Right? And when we disobey, so basically shaitan make us lose our indecency first. Haya first, right? So that is the very tool he is using even today. A lot today, I should say. Right? And but this is the basically the instinct in any human being. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has put that they like to cover themselves. They like to cover their private parts. This is the basic. This is the jabillat. This is the fitra. Subhanallah. Then it says, Ja'ala Rasulullahi Now Ja'ala Rasulullah, can we translate it? Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam made Yamsahu Ra'sahu.
Masa.
What is Yamsahu?
Is masa
Masa
karna
karna,
like
masa
Yeah.
his
karna.
head.
His
Yeah.
head.
Yeah.
Allah
So
ke Rasul
Jala
sallallahu alaihi
started
wasallam
Yeah. Now Ja'ala over here gonna take the meaning of started.
shuru karna.
Shuru karna, yeah.
So Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam started
the
touching
masa
or
of his
touching,
head.
yeah, masa of his head. This is how we're
So
gonna
this is the khabar.
yeah. So Ja'ala is fi'l shuru. Rasulullah is the outside doer.
Outside door.
And so this is the ism of Ja'ala, right? And then Yamsahu, Ra'sahu is the khabar of Ja'ala.
Jala.
Yeah.
Subhanallah.
Alhamdulillah.
We know nothing.
Yeah, subhanallah, we read these words many times and subhanallah. Jazakumullah khairan kaseera, Ustazah.
Subhanallah. Wayyaki. So now Af'al shuru. So basically it is going to give indication that the action is starting, khabar is starting, the action, whatever is the fail is going to start, right? So this is kind of meaning it gonna give. So he began walking, right? So these are these kind of translation we are going to do with this afal. And then we know that this is the one few cases in Arabic that we will see to fail back to back. So remember that part.
Yeah.
So to fail back to back gonna come whenever we have a falu shuru.
That's important.
Yeah.
That's
So
important to know. Yeah.
yeah, exactly. Yeah. So the only fail shuru that is used in the Quran Pak is the word tawfika yatfaqu. What Bab it is making?
Again, fataha
Samia
yaftahu.
yasma'u. No,
They
Samia
did.
yasma'u.
Sami'a.
Samia.
Okay. So
Samia.
what we need to look at when we are figuring out the
Middle
Bab,
letter harka.
Middle root letter.
middle
Middle root letter.
So middle root letter having kasra over here, but having fatha over there,
Yes, yeah.
right? So it is not it is not bab daraba, because daraba in Madi all fathas, right?
Yadribu.
Fataha all fathas. Nasara all fathas. Which one has kasra? Samia,
Samia and hasiba.
right? So if we figure it out, this is Samia, and then we're gonna check the Mudaria part. Yes, it is
Mudaria.
taking fatha, so this is bab Samia.
Samia yasma'u, yeah.
Or what could be the other option if we do not see
Hasib.
Mudaria?
Hasiba
Hasiba.
yahsibu.
Hasiba.
Yahsabu.
Exactly.
Yahsibu.
Right? So these are the only two options, and then we can check Mudaria, and then we can finalize what is the bab. Okay, so this Tawfika Yatfaku is like every other Felu Shuru, means to start. It, however, has a unique implication that Afalu Shuru do not, the other Afalu Shuru do not have this implication, right? So this is very specific, very exclusive with this Tawfika Yatfaku. That it is going to give the meaning of speed, like something is happening in a very quick way, and urgency,
Okay.
right? So these two,
Subhanallah.
yeah,
Okay.
to
हम लोग
capture this,
पढ़ते थे कुरान, पता नहीं था तफरीक का क्यों था, क्योंकि यहाँ पर अल्लाह सुब्हान व तआला बता रहे जब उनसे एक गलती हो गई, जब उनसे वो छीन ले लिबास, तो उन्होंने कितना जल्दी एक्शन किया. सुभान अल्लाह,
exactly,
सुभान अल्लाह.
yeah. So to capture this implication, we can translate Tawfika Yatfaku as immediately, start suddenly, right away. So गलती हो गई, लेकिन right away उसको try to fix it. So first fix जो है वो they start covering themselves, and then they start asking forgiveness of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, right? So
Yeah.
for akala, now over here, what is the siga for akala?
Madi huma.
Madi.
Huma.
Madi
Very
huma.
good. So fi'lu
Huma.
in fa'iluhu huma. So for akala, then both of them ate. So now over here, we should not blame one, right? So it says both of them. Minha. What is this ha
From
referring to?
Shajar.
the shajara.
Shajar.
Shajara.
Shajara. So for akala minha, so they both of them eat from it. And then what happened? Fabadat.
Hmm.
तो
What is
जाहिर
the
हो
fail?
गई बदत
But
Badat.
it's home
Bada.
home.
Here.
So
Yeah.
this is also
Madi.
fail shuru. Yeah,
Madi and here.
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 Iya.
very good.
Here.
Yeah, so I put over here for you guys, but there is little difference over here. We have bada'a
Hmm.
and then bada'a, right? We
Hmm.
see mad over there.
Hmm.
Bada'u and then bada'at. But over there it is badat.
Badat.
So look like for the fluency sake, they just
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah.
so this is here version. Why here version? For badat lahuma sawatuhuma. Why
Sawatuhuma.
here version for badat?
Parts. Body part.
सवात is a feminine सवात
Yeah,
So that's feminine.
sawatuhuma.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Sawatuhuma. Their private parts. Right? So this
Yeah.
that's why badat is used. Lahuma for them. So their private parts for them get exposed, become apparent to them.
Mm.
And then watafika suddenly, right?
Like right away, right?
Immediately, right away. Yaksifani, they start sticking, covering. Alayhima, upon themselves. Min warakil jannah. Right?
From the
Subhanallah.
leaves of Jannah.
Yeah. So covering ourselves is basically the instinct, is jabillat, it's fitra. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala didn't say that, okay, cover yourself. No revelation came to them, right? But it is so natural, so immediate, they start doing it. And I was listening to the lecture. Basically, this is how Shaitan play with us, right?
Yeah.
This is the first thing he snatch haya from us, right? Haya is nisful iman. So half iman is gone when we lose our haya. And subhanallah, what is the norm today? The less you cover yourself, right, the more you are approved. And the more you cover, the more ignorant, outdated you are. Right?
Yeah.
And even we know that people think that this is natural, this is fitra. Some people, they think this is natural. Why we are covering themselves? Even today, we have some communities, they live naked. Did you guys heard about that?
Yes. Yeah.
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 So they think that this is natural. Subhanallah. And even what Makkans used to do it, Kufare Makkah.
Naked.
At the time of
tawaf.
Hajj, they would,
Tawaf,
make the
yeah.
tawaf naked.
Yeah, because they think that this is more natural. Subhanallah. So how the shaitan corrupted our the natural instinct that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has put in us to cover ourselves.
वही तो बात है ना सदा के कुरान में आके शैतान हर वो गलत अमल को खूबसूरत बना कर दिखाता है
Exactly.
Yeah,
तो वो
and even
तावील देता है
nowadays, yeah, even nowadays we say it's so hard, we cannot put all these clothing on our head and this and that.
Yeah,
Halanki, even in Quran, Allah said it protects you from heat.
Exactly.
Like the libas, it protects you from heat. So you cannot say that, if you don't have it on, you can be cool. Like, you
Even
cannot
people,
cool down.
those people who are living naked in their communities, they are catching many diseases, many problems.
Yeah, of course. Yes, yeah.
Subhanallah.
Muslims are saying, oh, you're covering your head. गर्मी नहीं लगता?
I have no idea.
We
So,
are making fun like this.
so afalu shuru, we have bada'a yabda'u, ja'ala yajalu, akhadha ya'khudhu, right? So they just mentioned 3 in our book, but we see that there are more, right? And they didn't mention even Tawfiqa over here, even though they have given example, but I don't know why they didn't put it here. I think they missed it. So the word bada'a always means to begin, whether it is used with another fail or not. When ja'ala and akhaza appear directly before another fail and they mean to begin. Otherwise, they each have their own unique meanings. Right? So ja'ala, we know, it has other meaning as well. He made.
Yeah.
And we see in Quran Pak a lot. Right? So not every time you're going to see ja'ala, it is fi'lu shuru. There are
Only if it's followed by another fail, right? Then
exactly.
it can
Yeah.
be gated. Okay.
Yeah. So now look at the example. Bada'a yaktubu fi daftarihi. So what is the translation?
So bada is
He started.
the
Yeah.
madi hua,
Yeah. So fi'lun
and
madin
then
fa'iluhu huwa. So he
Huwa.
started.
and then
And now he,
yaktubu is mudari.
Again,
Huh?
fail.
So see, 2 fails back to back,
Yeah.
right?
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. So bada'a yaktubu fi daftarihi. So yaktubu fi daftarihi, he started writing in his notebook.
Notebook. Yeah. Okay.
Daftar is not office.
So Sister Rahat, by fail
Register,
Madi,
register.
the 2 fails will be, one will be fail Madi and one will be a fail Mudare always, or what?
Yeah. They
Right?
are, their khabar is always mudariya.
Oh,
So that,
okay.
yeah. So 2 fail, one is Madi, the other one is Mudariya. Here you go. Easy clue, right?
Yeah.
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 So they start writing in his notebook. He start writing in his notebook. Then we have another example. أخذوا يضربونه حتى أغمي عليه. So أخذوا over here is not taking the meaning of took, but over here
Starting.
they started.
Started.
Yadribunahu, beating him. Hatta, until. Ughmiya. Ughmiya is like, it is like ghashiya, right? Blackout. So until he passed out.
Okay.
So they started beating him up until he passed out. So now Akhazu has whom?
Yadribuna has
Yadribuna has whom?
Yadrubuna also has one.
Right? So they are they have mutabqat in them.
Okay.
Then we have Ja'alat turakibu tullaba. So Ja'alat means she started, and this Rakib, we say the name of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, who is observing, watching, right? So turakibu, so she started. What is the siga turakibu over here?
That's here, mudari here.
Yeah, it could be anta or here.
Hiya.
But over
Hiya.
here.
Yeah, क्योंकि जहालत है ना इसलिए.
Ja'alat,
Yeah, exactly. So now we can see, okay, this is here. So they should match. So turakibu is here.
Okay.
Yeah, so she started observing the students. So turakibu tullaba is the khabar of fi'lu shuru, jala, fi mahalli nasab. Okay, then this is back to back, but sometimes we know that these two afal can be interrupted by outside doer,
Outside door, yeah.
right? So bada al waladu yaktubu fi daftarihi. Now this waladu is
Outside door of Bada.
outside door.
right.
Outside door of Bada.
Yeah, exactly. So that is also a possibility. Or we can say akhazan nasu yadribunahu,
Mm.
right? So the now
Yeah.
nasu is the outside doer for
Outside door. Yeah.
or we can say ja'alatil ustazu turakibu tulaba. So now this ustazu is the outside doer. Is some of ja'ala,
Mm.
right? So that doesn't matter.
Okay.
Still they are basically one bucket, right? If they have outside doer, right? So they fail and file and then another fail side by side. So now we already did that, right? So bada. So how it is go? Bada'a yabda'u. What is the bab?
Fataha yafta.
Fataha
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 yaftahu.
yaftahu.
Yeah. So bada'a yabda'u and then budu'an or bada'an. Subhanallah.
Mhm.
So this is the masdar of it.
Masdar.
And then we see that, okay, that shows immediate need, right? And then what we can learn from this ayah is that basically when we disobey Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, right? So you know that we need to have haya from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala when we are doing something wrong, right? Yes, we have haya from people. We do not do wrong in front of people, right? We are reluctant to do anything bad. We want to leave a good impression in front of people, right? But Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is watching us. So we need to have haya from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala when we are doing something wrong. So first thing should be that my Rabb is watching, right? And fahashi can come with the disobedience of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, right? So Hazrat Adam alayhi salam made a mistake and that was the result of it. So that shows that when we leave haya, this is the basically the anger of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, right? And then we see that some opinion that people think that we are just evolved species of any animal, right? We live like animals. We basically do all the things that they do. They eat, we eat, right? And they make houses, we make houses, right? But we are just doing a better way, right? But we are still like them. So this is one opinion, right? But did we ever see any animal covering themselves? No, right? So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has blessed us, honored us, basically, right? So yeah, and we have we show more love, more mercy, right? We know that animals sometimes mother give birth to like they are the when the eggs hatch out, right? And if mother is hungry, sometimes she gonna eat her own like kids, right? These are animals. But we see how much love and care we do, not only with our own human beings, but with the animals as well. That make us difference, right? That is instinct Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has put in us. So we are nothing like animal, like people say, Yes, our the thing that we are made is basically common, right? Every creation came out from some kind of water, right? And we do things like other animals. Animals do, they eat, we eat, right? But we know that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has pre-programmed every species in a different way. Animals, they are pre-programmed in a different way. Human beings are pre-programmed in a different way, right? We have a purpose in life. So, so if we are corrupting that inbuilt instinct in us, then this is basically our fault, and this is shaitan, how it is playing with us. But Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has said in Quran Pak, وَلَقَدْ قَرَّمْنَا بَنِي آدَمَ, right? He honored us. He honored Bani Adam, subhanallah. وَحَمَلْنَاهُمْ, and we carried them, let them live, fil barri, on land, wal bahri, and even on water, right? We we take benefit from all these water bodies. وَرَزَقْنَاهُمْ مِنَ الطَّيِّبَاتِ, right? Look at our risk. Look at our food. How much variety, subhanallah, right? He would have, the people who said that we are just animal, then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala should have leave us to just go and graze outside, right? Like animal, subhanallah. وَرَزَقْنَاهُمْ مِنَ الطَّيِّبَاتِ وَفَضَّلْنَاهُمْ عَلَى كَثِيرٍ. Now what is that? فَضَّلْنَاهُمْ عَلَى كَثِيرٍ, right? So now, subhanallah, we have enough vocabulary and enough knowledge that we can see ourselves what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying, وَفَضَّلْنَاهُمْ, and we preferred them, عَلَى كَثِيرٍ, on many. And this many is referring to other species.
Yeah, that's a complex sifa.
عَلَى كَثِيرٍ مِمَّنْ خَلَقْنَا,
Yeah.
right? From the one that we have created many other species, but we have preferred them. And then maful mutlaq is coming, tafdeelan, the way they should be preferred. Subhanallah. Allahu Akbar. Oh, may Allah keep us on the straight, right? And give us istiqama on this deen. Subhanallah. Subhanallah.
May Allah make us from Shakirin.
Ameen ya Rabbal Alameen. Ameen ya Rabbal Alameen. So with that, we can end our session. Barakallahu li wa lakum fil Quranil Hakim wa nafani wa iyyakum bi ayati wa zikril Hakim. Subhanaka Allahumma wa bihamdika nashhadu an la ilaha illa anta wa nastaghfiruka wa nastaghfiruka wa nastaghfiruka wa natubu ilayk. Subhana rabbika rabbil izzati amma yasifuna wa salamun alal mursalin walhamdulillahi rabbil alamin.